Hi, my name's Nicole, and I'm living just outside of Shanghai, but I'm originally from the greater Seattle area. For K through 12, I attended a school district in North Seattle, one of the better, more respected school districts in the state. But if I'm being completely honest, I never wanted to be a teacher. I never really liked school or got much enjoyment out of it. I went because I had to, because that's what was expected of me. And in elementary school, middle school, high school, I remember feeling really frustrated, bored, completely uninterested and uninspired, certainly not empowered to use my knowledge in the real world. Don't get me wrong, I always had high grades, but I can very much relate to Freire's description of banking, where the teacher taught and we listened. The teacher chose and we complied. The teacher knew everything and we were to absorb what they fed us. Maybe in large part, this is why I never wanted to be a teacher. Many of my teachers also exhibited few signs of being inspired by their job. Few of them went beyond to try and engage us in creative and meaningful ways. Generally, my educational experience is one that really lacked luster, ingenuity, or any kind of inspiration for my future. I can say that since joining the field of education, all of these experiences have certainly shaped who I am as a teacher. These experiences completely direct my curriculum and my approach in the classroom. I really work hard and want my lessons to be engaging, interesting, and relevant to the students. I want my students to feel a sense of adventure, exploration, intrigue, and I want them to share what they know, be curious, and learn to navigate the unknown. So I'm from the US, I live in China, but right now I'm here in New Zealand. My husband and I have had New Zealand on the brain for months, so it seemed natural that I explored the educational sector while I was already researching this country. What I found was truly not what I expected and very much in line with the critical theory we've been reading about. Critical theory is a really complex topic and certainly one that's new to me, but I wonder if I can just simply sum it up that it's the act of reviewing and reflecting and learning from a situation in order to make improvements, which is exactly what I seem to have found in the New Zealand school district after doing some research. They've made some corrections to their programs in response to the diverse population needs. According to the Royal Society of New Zealand, these two small islands are now described as a super diverse country, home to more than 200 ethnic groups and speak over 160 languages. 1 in 4 people were born overseas. So, in response to this, as well as the voices in the various local ethnic groups, like the Maori population, who really emphasize an outspoken desire for their children to maintain their cultural roots as they progress through the local school systems. The Waikato Journal of Education released an issue that outlines how the small nation has responded by organizing a 4-tiered system that really seems to respond nicely to the local needs. The first one is learner initiations, which is really just what it sounds. The learners need to exercise agency and take control of their learning and instigate interactions with those around them. Number 2 is incorporating authentic shared activities between the less skilled and more skilled participants. Here the emphasis seems to be not on the teacher-student, but just a shared experience between people. They also call it a shared learning task, where the component is in an active model rather than a depositor. Number 3, promote mutual influence between learners and teacher participants. And here I think the takeaway is that learners and teachers are both enhancing the learning experience for each other. It's really a journey that they're both experiencing. And this is really a common thread that I see in the PYP curriculum we've been implementing at my campus in China. The learning is an experience for all of us to share, not just the students. New Zealand has seen that it's not just students that show improvements when they work together like this, but actually both parties show growth and development, but in different ways. Number 4, provide appropriate and contingent feedback for learners. And this was the most interesting element that I read about, and it's all about giving quality feedback. The study this article discusses follows written feedback to learners given by their instructors. And the key wasn't focusing on grammar and spelling feedback, but rather giving content and relationship building feedback. What they found is learners used more difficult language, naturally showed spelling and grammar improvements and completed assignments not only more consistently, but with marked improvements with the type of feedback. Again, this goes against that banking model that we've been reading about. It supports the idea that learning is a shared, mutual journey, not a banking system, one that really requires feedback and growth. I do think that the US is making strides in supporting language learners, but the cultural context often seems to go by the wayside. This article also discusses how, in response to the minority students, huge efforts have been made to improve culturally relevant relationship-based learning, where power is shared. Culture is really highly valued, and learning is fundamentally connected to the local culture. I see culture being valued in the US, but not necessarily incorporated into the schooling system. And from what I understand, we still mostly focus on the US holidays and traditions. In my school in China, the foreign teachers teach about their traditions, Chinese teachers teach about theirs, but there's little incorporation and blending of them all to create a more cohesive shared curriculum. I work hard to embody these ideas in my practices, but I'm not shy to admit that it's really hard to do. It's hard to form strong connections with every single student, especially when we don't share a common language. It's hard to keep up with their progress. It's hard to plan lessons that meet each child's individual needs. And it's even harder to truly understand all their diverse backgrounds. In theory, it's an ideal we should live to. In practice, it's difficult to measure up to. So I guess, how do we reach that ideal? And how is this achieved while still meeting state and federal teaching standards? Thanks for listening. I look forward to seeing the rest of your videos.